Alright, YouTube's live. Cool. We're good. Video's starting. We're going to be good in general in a moment, guys. Alright, thank you for a bit of patience. We should be good to start. Sweet. Alright, appreciate you guys hanging out with us. And like I said, some time while we took a moment to get ready as well. Alright, first map is going to be Wavebreaker. Okay, Classic's just gonna reload a second then, guys, and we should be good to go. Alright, so Classic's just relogging. When he relogs, we can hopefully kick this off. Let's get everyone into the lobby in a couple of moments. Alright, getting everyone in. Give me a second, guys. Get this all set up. Players are readying, so we should be good to go in a moment. Gonna double check a couple things. We got everyone else here. Only 45 minutes late. Alright, second map's gonna be this. Hang on, let me just make a note of all the maps. Alright, we will kick this off, guys. Thank you for your patience. Let's get into this Classic versus Hero match. So we've just been waiting, and let's head into some PvP. Alright, we're sending it. We are officially sending it. Thank you so much for my patience, guys. Like I say, I really do appreciate it. Let's get this ready to go. Ready to start off. We're going to be starting up on Wavebreaker for map number 1 of this best of 5 series in the playoffs of the WardiTV Team Liquid Map Contest Tournament. I really thought GSL was going to be done a little sooner today, I'm not going to lie. Like, I really thought it was going to be done a bit sooner, but apparently not. So, all good. I mean, we obviously ended up kind of delaying a bunch anyway. We already delayed it 1 hour from what it should have been, but we ended up waiting another 45 minutes here. Let me just turn the TLMC sponsor reel on, and we are officially going to be good to go. And cast some StarCraft too. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for hanging around, and like I say, the patience involved as well. In the top right side, our blue Protoss player is going to start us off as herO in the upper bracket of the WardiTV TLMC. It's been an absolute blast to have this event happen up until now. Excited to see what more of it happens over the next few days as we bring this all about and get this started. Alright, Classic in the bottom left as well. That's me seeing the Chrono Boost coming about, so we get on with that initially, and obviously a little bit of PvP shenaniganry already in terms of figuring out what exactly we're doing in terms of the build order at first. I'm going to be having the second gateway already coming up, for example, here from Classic, so that's very different to herO, who is a single gate expanding. So that's going to be, like I say, quite an interesting thing for us to track over the next few moments as we get this on the way up and see just how things are going to go. Again, Stargate and the Nexus will continue to come about. It's going to see our Warp Gate continuing through as well, so we get that on the way, and we see exactly where we're going. It's going to be Stargate versus Stargate here initially. It's just going to get that on the way up and get that started for now. Let's try and figure out what the plan will be here for a couple of moments. Again, the Stargate and the Nexus all coming through, so it's going to be that Stargate from Classic. Hopefully going to be able to get some damage done with that, otherwise might have some trouble. And we'll see how this goes. Going to have those couple of Adepts coming around as well. Let's bring those about here for a couple of seconds. Get that settled into play. Let's see what we can find for ourselves. So we do have a couple of units continue to come up on the side of Classic here as well. Phoenix coming through, so we take a couple more of those moments and just see again what we get done. Just gonna have the Oracles coming across the map. Now, already got the Adepts in here, but they're gonna be handled pretty quickly, so just gonna try and deal with that for a moment or two. Get that put into place. It's gonna be seeing a few probes coming across, and we take a couple of seconds to settle this down. Four probes going down means that Classic is already going to be down a few workers here. He's still only behind by 3 in total. Obviously, his expansion is going to come a bit more slowly, and we're now heading fully into this kind of Phoenix versus Phoenix stage of the game, which is going to be interesting to kind of see truly play out over the next few moments, see just how much this affects things. Still Chrono Boost and a probe on that Nexus as well. We're just going to see the Phoenix and try and come around the Oracle. Wow, just going to be losing the fight. Classic just going to get out of here, and herO is going to take a super quick opening game, getting off to a 1-0 start very quickly, very comfortably, and yeah, we'll probably be very happy with that in the initial stages. Alright, game number 2 coming up in a couple of seconds, guys. Second map is going to be Old. So let me take us into Old Sun Temple. and kick off into our second game of this matchup, guys. Again, appreciate you all being here. Thanks for joining us today. Good to see you all. Let's get this ready to party on. So let's host you up and we'll be off in a moment. Copy paste going on the lobby link as well for the Korean server. Gonna be on the Korean server all day, so may as well make sure we're all good with that. And get readied. And again, just gonna have Classic up to the top, me as a referee, no match history, and if the players are all set, we can go. Here in general is the better of these two. herO has more results. I think it's hard to say anything other than herO. But they're pretty evenly matched. It's hard not to kind of be a fan of either of them, really. Overall, I would say. As Go is called from both of them once again. So we get this started up. And we're going to kick this back into action once more. So away we go. Countdown will finish very shortly. And Olsen Temple is about to be on the map. Pow pow, pew pew. Alright, let's take Olsen Temple out for a ride as we're here in the TLMC. Again, appreciate you all hanging out and joining up with us and being here early to check the start of these games as well. Like I say, much appreciated. In the top left-hand side, we are going to get the close-by ground spawns. It is going to be herO in the top left of Olsen Temple, leading this series by a game at the moment. And having that lead for himself. In the top right-hand side, the red Protoss player is going to be Classic. Alright, game 2 of our series here. We get this underway, we get this started off. And then see where things will get to over the next few moments. Get this set up for just a couple seconds. So again, bring this into play for a few moments. Figure out what we want to do with things here over the next couple of moments. Like I say, get this set up and get moving. We are going to have a pylon already coming down on this side, so it's going to be a starting point for us just initially. Again, a couple of adepts, the Wolf Gate, the Robo facility, the other adepts coming about as well, so bringing a lot of that over for a couple of moments. And just going to have the Robo from both, so they're both proxying. What's funny is they're both proxying out down towards the bottom side as well, so they even got very similar ideas as to where they want to proxy. So the idea from these guys is very similar across the board just initially. That's going to be a fun one to keep track of over the next little while. And you see the probe moving back over to that right-hand side. Just going to be pulling it back across there for the moment. And just resetting things as we get this all into place. Robo Facility Gateway, Adepts and the Stalkers producing. Warp Gates in production as well. All of that coming online. Just for now, a couple of Adepts going to shade up. Going to walk into the other couple of Adepts here straight away. So just going to go and handle that right now. Otherwise, looking decent now. We do have the Immortal and the Stalkers coming up from Classic. Here with extra depths and the additional gateway, so a bit of a different approach. Classic immediately into the Immortal, whereas herO will have the additional unit kind of focus and kind of move in toward the Prism and the Prism harassment, I would imagine, in these early stages. So expecting that to be the factor. 5 probes go down from Classic as herO just gets in and does some pretty serious work. So it's going to be Classic trailing on the economy right away early. Going to be falling behind there. Do have the couple of Adepts still chasing down for the other Adept. Continue to go through with that. And going out over to the upper right-hand side. Again, Prism coming through. That Warp Gate coming up and online. Again, Prism and the Warp Gate all coming about. The battery on the way, adding a probe into the mix. It's going to see another pylon coming through. The Immortal continue to build as well. So again, just a lot of these little bits and pieces on the way up at the moment. You have the two Stalkers just going to be there, and the Prism already taking some damage. So again, a few shots coming about onto that for the moment, and we are going to be seeing the Prism actually going down. So at least herO will not be able to do too much else once these Adepts are cleaned up. Obviously, Classic are doing a lot of defending right now, though, and not a lot of kind of offense, which is obviously potentially an issue as well. Just see that Immortal still building through. The probe is still on the way about. A couple more Stalkers, the Sentry, the probes gathering about. We are going to see these units breaking through. The pylons go down, so herO will no longer have warping potential. This should be very good for Classic, because in theory, this Immortal should be able to kind of really hard carry over the next few moments, and should not really be dying because of the micro capabilities. And hence, that should leave you in a very good position here as you see that Prism continue to micro back, get back into position, and just reset things. Again, doing a great job of all of that so far. Continue to apply this pressure. Those few probes turning back around, coming back the other way for a little bit. A couple of units will gather up once again. Going to see those couple of Zealots running back up, jumping back into the Warp Prism. Just going to be seeing the Immortal being here from herO is obviously a big aid. Makes it a little bit more difficult for Classic to really end this. Now the barrier's gone on his Immortal. It's a bit trickier for him to actually just unload it and to bring it back into play once again. So again, got to be ready to deal with that at a moment's notice. As we have this Prism back up around the top side. So again, settling to potentially look and make plays. Prism around the top. A couple shots coming through. We take a little bit more damage once again. See where this all continues. Couple Stalkers actually going to latch themselves onto this pylon as well. Just going to knock that straight through, knock that down. Again, pylons will continue to build on up. The Immortal is still coming by. So again, a lot of these bits and bobs on the way through at the moment. The Stalkers now going to take themselves a chance to knock through the pylon, and the pylon will be dropping very shortly. The Prism still pulling again once more back over to the right just for the moment. Battery coming up, Stalkers wanting the Prism, not quite going to get it just yet. Getting close, but like I say, not quite good enough for now. You just see that battery and the pylon continue to come up as well. We are going to see herO just going to get tucked in the corner. Can't get those Immortals out alive, and he knows losing those is going to be GG. And Classic, just like that, is going to bring us to 1-1 in this best of 5 PvP, doing PvP things here so far. And kind of looking as we often expect PvP to look, which is quick, chaotic, and very, very feisty. And not always the best idea of how maps are going to play, but definitely not, definitely one of the worst ones. What is our third map going to be? Our third map is going to be Defender. Defender's Lab, in fact. Perfect. Alrighty. Get everyone in here. Give us a second to move people around. Missing Classic, and I think just Classic. I think we've got all the casters already at least, so that's good. Game 3 about ready to kick off then in just a few moments. Get this ready to go. So our players set up, and we are going to have the GGs, the Go-Go's, and the rest being called into play here. Ready, go. Let's send it. Game number 3 of this series. Welcome to more PvP, guys. Again, gonna have a bunch of this for the foreseeable future for a couple of moments, getting this set up. Lots of PvP on the way. We are going to send this on to Defender's Lab. Let's do it. Let's get straight to it. Let's get this started off and ready to rumble. In the bottom left-hand side, we're going to start off with the blue Protoss player. This is going to be herO. And in the top right-hand side, we're going to have ourselves Classic. We have third map. And see what will happen next year. Just a moment or two. See, a little bit maybe more of a standard map here. Maybe we'll see a bit less proxy action breaking out from the two players as well. Figure that out in the next few seconds. What's the score right now? It is indeed 1-1 in this best of 5, all tied up and ready to go further again. Appreciate you all putting up with us for the late start again. Just to mention once more what happened. Again, we were away with the... what am I trying to say? We were waiting for the GSL qualifiers to wrap up, so we had to wait for the GSL qualifiers to be done before we could start up with everything else today. So, yeah, I was just waiting on those. They are now all done, which is nice. Gateway, Cybercore both going through. Probes in production. The Zealot still on the way about as well. Bringing this into action just for now. The probe coming over, just going to drop the pylon off onto the side. It's just going to put that straight into place. And yeah, gateways, Cybercores, all of the rest coming through for a few moments as well. Getting that underway. Nice and early. Probe comes back over, sits on the pylon for a couple of seconds as well. Just going to hang about with that. Take a few moments to let things still settle down for just a second. And both those adepts building up at the moment. Just going to get that straight through. And that Stargate and the Nexus continue to come about as well. Robo Facility still building by. A couple of adepts will continue to produce into this. The Warp Gate coming up. And the probe just going to sit around the corner then for a few moments as well to bring this all about. And that gateway, the Nexus, all coming through. Just going to be seeing that Robo, obviously Proxy from Classic, is going to get aggressive with the Prism this time. It's going to be a Void Ray from herO. He begins the defense as he sets up to defend his early Nexus, of course. So he's getting ready to play the defense on that. And the Adept's coming back around. And the Void Ray still coming up. Just going to see the couple stalkers going to be there. The Adepts are going to come back over. Just going to reset in for a couple of seconds. We do wait for this to continue through here. Let's just have ourselves again Void Ray, Warp Gate. The extra stalkers all coming by. And Pylon coming up as well. So bringing a lot of that through just for the moment. Void Ray goes down. Oh no, that's really terrible. Try to chase for the Prism. It didn't go down, and by chasing, you put yourself in a terrible position. Let's see, the Stalker's going to shoot. Just going to look to get onto that Void Ray in the next couple of moments. Void Ray is going to fall. Now I'm just going to be seeing the Stalker still chasing through. That Stalker is about to go down, so Stalker is going to get killed. And that's going to be pretty much doing it here as... I don't think herO really defends from here. He's got a wall off, but so what? Yeah, it's not going to be good enough. And Classic is going to threaten to take the victory in this series with a 2-1 advantage, a 2-1 edge. The aggression and the Robos going his way so far over the last couple of games. Can herO turn that around as we go over to our next map? Map 4 here will be at Eternity's End. Sorry, at Eternity's Edge, not the end. Apparently it's not the end of Eternity, it's just the edge of Eternity. This host up and we'll be in game in a second. It's kind of weird to say this is now an almost standard PvP type of game. Oh, it's not weird. That's just exactly what it is. That is PvP in a nutshell. It's always been a weird matchup, but it's completely off the beaten path of the other matches. That is just how it goes. Ain't nothing weird about that. Classic up, and we got this PvP ready. Again, the bracket, I don't actually think I showed the bracket on stream in the end. I had to do it off stream yesterday because of the GSL schedule issue. It was going to make it a bit more complicated, but yeah, the loser of this ends up in more PvP, taking on Geralt in the lower bracket, but there's also in round 2 potentially Clem as well. Now, this bracket gets very stacked very quickly, so it's going to be pretty fascinating to see how that goes. Let's get into At Eternity's Edge. Top left side, our Blue Brothers player here is herO. On the bottom right, in the lead and a map away from victory, it is going to be Classic for game number 4 of this best of 5. So bringing this straight through, getting this started off, getting this all underway for this next game. Alright. Probes moving. That's what we're going to be watching just for a second here. Some coming about. Just going to see those extra gates and so coming up as well. We're going to be seeing that cyber core and that gate coming up from both, so that does mean we're getting double gates, but both have the pylon. It's funny, isn't it, how they both naturally go to the same proxy locations on each side of the map. Rover facility, Stargate coming up, so there's going to be 2 different types of proxies, which makes it even funnier that we've seen the same proxy location being used by both players, only to do different things. We are scouting. I mean, surely you scout the position you proxied yourself, and yeah, you are going to figure this out. We're going to see the double pylon there from herO as he gets that robo up. I think it's going to be quite scary with the... proximity of the Stargate from Classic, but it does mean that Classic is not going to have the Stargate to help him out as well, right? That is also a factor here. So that's one more thing for us to keep our eyes on. That's going to be seeing a couple of depths coming through, that Prism, Warp Gate, all coming around for a couple seconds. It's kind of a lot of that underway at the moment. Just going to see the Stalker going to fight against the other Stalker. The couple of Adepts get pushed backward for a little bit as well. And see those Adepts still trying to chase onto those Stalkers for the moment, just bringing them straight through. Oracle activates, a couple of probes already begin to go down. Just going to be seeing some damage dealt. 3 workers dropping initially. Now the Sentry is actually going to go onto the Oracle, and the Oracle going to go back onto the Sentries. Just going to take those out as well, so we get a little bit more done right away. Decent little trade as we continue through. Just going to be seeing the couple Stalkers and the Adepts are going to try and fight 4 workers going down from herO, then over on the other side. That's going to have ourselves now this Warp Gate continuing, the battery coming into place as well. The couple Stalkers keep fighting. The probes are going to pull through, looking to wrap around those Stalkers where possible. Not quite getting there just yet. And the Oracle's still active on the other side, actually doing some pretty mega damage, really adding up quite a lot. The Stalkers here from herO obviously trying to just do everything they need to, which is pretty much end this game right now. The problem is that herO's losing so much economy. Again, the proximity of that Stargate was definitely a problem in the end. And it's turning out to be quite the deadly problem. As, yeah, it really is the thing that herO is not being able to control, stop, or kind of put back from hurting him here. And it does feel as though we are going to have ourselves, yeah, probably the rest of this coming about. So, Classic just going to take it down. 3-1 victory. Classic has advanced here and is going to take this series. So, Classic gets the win over herO, 3-1. We waited all that time for the PvP just for it to be done as quickly as that. Alright, let me double check we actually have our next players ready. We actually probably don't. Of course we don't. That's fun, isn't it? We could maybe swap the order, because so Q is still playing GSL, but maybe we could go... Maybe we could just go Solar Percival already, but I don't know if they're ready. Yeah, Q is still playing in GSL. He's currently playing Ryong. So they're playing a TVT. This was probably going to be fine until we... This was going to be fine until we didn't actually have the PvP last very long, which I know PvP doesn't typically last very long. But I'm going to have to figure this out now, because... Okay, maybe we could get Solar and Percival here to go a little sooner. And to kick this off a little faster. Maybe that is the plan. Maybe that's the play. Maybe that's the way we approach this. Personally, I actually think it's probably the best idea. Yeah, I think that's probably the best idea, but I'm not completely sold on it. Let me message Solar and Percival. Let me ask Solar and Percival, guys. I'll send them a message and see what we can do. Yeah, we'll go Solar Percival. Perfect. Let me just inform Shin as well, let him know what's up. Yeah, perfect. Solar and Percival are on the way, guys. So we'll get this sorted out and ready to begin in just a few moments. I had a realization that my my sheet does not work for a non-best of 5 series, so that's going to be an awkward one. I think we're just going to go back to the old method. It was fun having the cool method of tracking this, but in the end, I just need the numbers to add up now, so... And I don't have time to code it all again. Alright, Percival and Solar are both coming. Sweet. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Cool, cool, cool. So we will have a couple of probably very similar maps here, guys. Just heads up, because we have... I basically made all of today's games similar maps, because there's a few maps that have been played less than the others, so most of the series from today will have similar maps kind of to them. And then next time we have playoffs on Thursday, it'll be a bit more variety again, because I think then everything's going to have been played 6+ times, or thereabouts. So a couple of these map pools may be quite familiar. I'll tell you what, I'm going to go and grab a drink. Just while Solar logs in, I'll be right back with you. videos are coming through, guys. And it's ready to go in a moment. Ready to kick this off. Lockdown, Fear and Faith. Gonna get a video nice and quickly. Wave gonna be the first map. Everyone's picking Wave first in these maps. Alright, perfect. So going to be Wavebreaker to start us off, and we'll go from there. Let's get this update on my list. What are they, Vito? Cool. Players are ready. I just swap them around when we get ready to kick this off, guys. Thank you for a little bit of patience. It's going. Send it. All right, let's go, go, go. Solo versus Percival. We will have Cure versus Shinden as our final series of the day after this one, guys. So that will be coming up just a bit further down the line. As we get ready to go, go, go. Onto Wavebreaker. Let's kick this into action. As we bring this into play. Very exciting to get this started up. In the bottom left-hand side, we're going to have ourselves the blue Zergy. This is going to be Solar. Taking on in the top right, our red Terran. Mr. Percival for a best of 5 TVZ now. They played in the GSL qualifier today, and I believe Percival won, if I read that correctly and remember correctly. So, Percival, who's been really good lately, continuing to perform. I mean, that is awesome for him. Very excited to see him continue to do so well. Just great to see in general. Just a very cool thing to see Percival continue to break out this year. Obviously, Solo we know is very good. I typically would have him as a favorite here, but yeah, Percival's beat Solo a couple of times lately, so never say never. Obviously, best of 5 does make this a little bit tough. We will see how this goes. Refinery, Rax, SCV continue to build up for a couple of moments. Just going to bring that straight into play. And the drones and the hatchery all coming through as well, so we've got a few little bits and pieces coming about right now. Let me see where this game is going to take us. Let's jump onto the Rex Cam today. Love it. All right, the Rex Cam coming through. Get this set up and ready to play. Overlord is going to take a slow journey. Obviously, the Reaper is coming across. Again, don't forget, guys, the tournament is brought to you by the wonderful Monster Energy and Shopify Rebellion. Without them, this TLMC would not be happening. So, thank you to them. Really appreciate it. And again, it's amazing to have this tournament continue to exist. It really is just nice to have, as we do see that Reaper going to come back around for a couple of seconds, trying to poke at the front there. Not really going to see much fortune for the moment. We've seen the couple of Ling's going to nibble onto a pylon for a few moments as well, so it's going to eat through that. Try and get a little bit more done. The Ling's still nibbling. The Queens are going to be there. There's going to be seeing the Reaper going to try and get back up this ramp, but the Queens are going to turn Mr. Reaper away straight away. Going to push that back to the other side once more, so it's going to be taking that out, knocking that down for the moment. I'm just going to have the few Lings pulling back over, a couple of the Queens coming through as well. That's going to be seeing that stim pack and the Marine continue to build for a few moments here. Just going to have the starport, the command center, all building by the couple of Hellions. Continue to the bottom left of this as well. And yeah, orbital command, a couple of SCVs, Marines coming through, building this into play. As the Hellions come about, the Queens are going to gather. A few Zerglings still just going to be there as well. Just going to be seeing the Hellions going to try and fight a little bit. Just going to try and put a little bit of extra damage out for a few moments. Let's try and see what else we can get done a couple moments here, but nothing really happening. The Medivacs Marines and the rest of this continue to come through as well. Trying to see what else we get to. Again, just going to have a little bit of movement here for a moment or so. Just continue to bring this about. Bring this onwards for a couple of moments. Just going to be seeing the 1-1 upgrades, the siege tank, and the Marines all building through as well. Just bringing a lot of those into play right now. And a lot of that set up. And see where we can take this overall. A few Banelings continuing out. The Lings heavily in production right here. The Bane speed continue to build as well. So again, just a lot of that coming straight through. As of right now, I'm going to bring this into play. Just going to be seeing those few Marines gathering, just going to be setting up. Going to see the Medivacs pulling off over towards the sides. And that Baneling speed, carapace upgrade, all the good stuff coming through here for the moment. Just going to be seeing a few Lings. Going to force these units back, in fact. Just going to chase those away as well for a couple of seconds. And again, 1-1 in that combat shield, very much so being brought through still for a few more moments as well. Those Marines actually stimming forward, going to get rid of a little bit of the creep spread, so it's going to come straight through this. The Marines now loading back into these Medivacs, escaping away. Melee upgrades, Baneling speed all continue to produce. Just going to Hellions and the Reaper going to try and fight against a few Zerglings as well. We're going to finally see that cleaned out, so Solo not wasting too much time overall. Again, a pretty good cleanup on this initially. Just going to see now the Ling Bane going back the other way for a second. So again, we pull that back over. Again, a couple more Hydras continue to produce through as well. So all of that just on the way up. And still being brought very much so into play at the moment. Well, Hydra Ling Bane going to be the choice from Solo. Nice big game potential from him. Going to be fun to see exactly how this plays out in the next little while, as just have the feelings. Actually going to slip in, going to get in after these Marines as well, so just going to get straight through, doing some damage right off the bat, so already a big deal there. The Overlord's going to be kind of pushed away as well. Big push from Percival, so maybe we can get something done before these Hydra counts get a little bit too high. Just going to see the Banes are going to start crashing through. Solo needs its defense, he needs to push this position away. He does not want to have to keep dealing with this. Despite not having the 1-1 upgrades, it looks as though it's been good enough for him on that left-hand side. A couple tanks at the end will retreat off. One of the tanks at least gets away, the other one did unfortunately just go down already for now, so not ideal. Let's see, the Ling Bane Hydra is still going, the Rock's just going to take a little bit more damage as well, a little bit extra being done here. So far, so good. Well, Ling Bane Hydra all gathers up then, so as that joins in, and get the rest of this ready to rumble by. Marines unloading, getting ready to make a little bit of a push forward, and actually going to jump onto this hatchery. So this hatchery not going to last very long at all. Unfortunately, that is going to be a pretty quick cleanup. As you see, the rest of this coming around as well. So just a little bit of a shutdown here initially. Continue to handle this for the moment. Marines actually still fighting against a few more of these units as well, so again, still getting a bit more of a trade out, still finding a little bit of value here at the next couple of seconds. Bringing this about, seeing where else we can go to. Trying to get just a little bit more done for a little while. So we've seen those Marines and the medevacs back up to the top. The Marines going to stim down Queens, Hydras, the rest of this. Going to have to escape away from this too, so again, just trying to get ourselves out of trouble to the best of our abilities. These Marines do knock down that hatchery, just going to clean that part up as well. So, again, a nice little bit of a cleanup, if nothing else, on that part. Just going to be having everything else still gathering together. Marine's going to finish off this hatch, so we'll get that done. We'll get that completed. Let's see what our next step is going to be. Still got quite a few of the Marines just knocking down these rocks. And Percival's still actually quite active on the map, has a lot of supply going for him here. I actually think he's in probably a better position than initially kind of expected coming into this. Like I say, though, he did beat Solar earlier today. Supply looking great for Percival as away we go and continue to take this trade at the moment. And like I say, seeing quite a bit of success with this. It's going to have the few Banes still rolling forward, still going to connect on in as well. We are going to be having Percival. Having the Marines left over at the end is never a good sign for Solar, because that means that Percival is remaining very strong and solid in these fights and these engagements. Continue to come out in good places, continue to end up in good spots. She just continue to be, like I say, a good deal all around basically as of right now. So that part definitely looking okay. So we've seen the Marines and the tanks coming over. Just going to have ourselves the couple of bits of cleanup and going down. And that is going to be the end of it for now, at least, if nothing else. 3 upgrades still continuing through. The medevacs are still going to be chased, so again we get those pushed back for a little bit here and get those cleaned up for now. Again, just a little bit of shutdown coming through for the moment. Once the tanks gather around as well, so again just trying to see if there's more to be done for these next few moments, just seeing if there's a little bit more damage to be found. The Hydras are going to be stepping up again. The Lings are going to be continuing to drop as we continue to push our way through this. Hydra count very good and pushing forward, and is probably going to have to be a bit of an escape away here then for a couple moments by Percival. Stepping back and getting out of there for at least now. Just going to be able to escape away and reset things for a moment or two. Libs continue to siege up here. The Bio pushing forward. The Bane's going down. And as those Banes fall, we are going to see the Hydra's going to end up being in some trouble as well. So also going to be an issue. As you just see the Bio continue to fight. I mean, this is just going to be too much. Percival, as you can see, is absolutely killing it right here. As the couple of Banes gets blasted by the siege tanks. The Viper's going to throw down another Blinding Cloud. But realistically, this is a push from Percival that's already done a lot. Now, he might... I say maybe he loses a few units on the ground here, but it's not going to be enough to stop him. It is going to be Percival getting the GG out of Solar. And Percival, the underdog, is going to start off with a bang in this opening game. How about that for a opening result? So really strong start here from Percival. Really strong beginnings. Get ourselves ready for game 2 in just a couple of seconds, as our second map is going to be played on Rainfall. Alright, so Rainfall for game 2 in a second, as I mentioned. Get this ready to go. Let's bring this straight into play. Alright. Alrighty, guys, give us a moment, get this set up. Put myself in the lobby, gonna move Percival up to the top, and Percival leads by a map as the players are ready. Races are set. Let's get straight into this. More StarCraft 2 continuing here in the TLMC. Just update the map list as well, make sure we're good there. I think we should be fine. Get ready to, like I say, kick this off and get this underway. In the bottom right-hand side is going to be our blue Zerg player. This is going to be Solar. Taking on the top left up a map. Going to be our red Terran player. This is going to be Percival. Get ready for another game of this. This rack's coming down, nothing too crazy just yet, so just bringing that into play initially, get that on the way to start. Yeah, we set this up and see just what it is that we can maybe do, so take a couple moments, get ready, and like I say, try and kick this straight into play. Well, Reaper coming up, Hatch in the pool coming about as well. So just going to bring that straight into place. Like I say, got that going just initially. As our first Reaper steps onto the map and begins to make a little bit of a move down to the other side, getting into position. Gonna have that Reaper gonna start playing some games then, so I'm gonna begin to come around for a little bit of action here. Bring that straight across. So there again, we bring this through, just gonna have that Orbital and Company coming up for a couple of moments as well. We're still just going to drop the grenade down. Again, trying to find a little bit more damage here. Just a couple moments. Continue to bring this through. And trying to see what else is going on. CC and the starport coming up as well. So continue to bring that straight into play at the moment. Well, Queen's just going to keep fighting. Again, trying to get a little extra done already. Just having ourselves the Queens and the drones building. Trying to get this early game established up as quickly as possible. Get this underway, and like I say, get all of these things settled here for a couple of moments. Reaper Hellions just moving about. And again, that Banshee and that cloaking now on the way as well, going to be a big part of this as well, so just going to get that set up. And again, the Reapers and the Hellions all gathering. A couple Queens are going to be here, just again, try and trade about with this for a couple of seconds. And Banshee and those Hellions all coming through. Just bring that all online for the moment. Get that set up. Bring that into place. The Hellions and the Reaper still gathering around. Again, Banshee cloaking. A couple barracks in the SCVs building up as well. So a lot of that coming over. The Queens get in position there to Trevi. Think about what they can do over the next couple moments. And Banshee tries to make its way in for a second or so as well. He is just looking to try and come straight into place. Trying to get something on the go for, like I say, another moment or two. Just bringing this straight about. That Stimpak and everything else. Obviously going to be a big part of this game from Percival when he gets that truly set up and going here. The Evo Chambers and the Hydro Den all building into play as well. So again, we just bring all of that online for the moment. Just get as much going as we can. Just going to have the Hellions and the Reaper coming back over. Hatchery will take a little bit more damage. Just for now. So far, so good. 1-1 upgrade. Stimpak still continue to produce. So again, bringing that about. You get rid of a Banshee at least from solo, which is really nice. Heading into the missile upgrades this time, so playing a bit of a different game, obviously. Playing that different game plan and getting that all set into motion for the very near future here. So we have that scan coming about. Just going to be seeing the Hellions and the Reapers taking their chance to catch now, step through. And a little bit more being done already. The Hellions actually getting completely caught. So that is going to be a good cleanup from solo. Again, shutting this down is generally going to be seen as a pretty major positive, so I'm going to be pretty okay with this, I'd imagine. I'm just going to see those 1-1 upgrades, that Groove Spines on the way into play, bringing that through for a few more moments, and again, just getting this all set up into the next stage of this game. Stimpak 1-1 upgrades continue to come by as well. Medevac's actually getting jumped on for a couple of moments, so he's going to be seeing that actually being a little bit of an issue here. And again, obviously do not really want to be losing those Medevacs. Going to be less than ideal if you do end up dropping them, so trying to make sure that they stay alive to the best of our ability. Cloak scan coming down against, just allowing us to, with the one Banshee that remains, still get a little bit of value, getting a little bit more done over these next few moments as well. So just getting a little bit more of that. The Banshee now going to go after a couple of drones. The Marines and the Medevacs continue to pull through at the moment. So again, still setting that all up into play. At least Percival gets a few drones. He is going to be still stepping onto the map, still trying to keep map control, obviously against a lot of Ling Bane that's coming up at this stage. So all those coming through, the Hydra's going to be there, going to push the Marines back for a couple of seconds as well. So just immediately kind of getting to work on that one. And again, getting some value in the early moments already. Another upgrade, the Carapace. And again, just continue to come by for a couple of moments as have the rest of this army still settling up. Just going to be seeing the Marines going to have to step back. The Ling Hydra going to take a step forward. The Queens are going to come running after this as well. So again, going to try and get to the front here. Just going to be seeing those tanks getting jumped on. Just going to see the tanks turning. Try and fight against the Queens. Get a bit of target fire out. But with the tanks going down so quickly, Percival doesn't really have the kind of splash damage to knock through the I think more than anything else, just the Banelings, right? If you're not getting through those Banelings, then everything else becomes such a problem here. So yeah, kind of need to be progressing there when we can. Medevac goes down as well, so just another little bonus victory on that one. As we see, this group of Marines is going to be pulling it back a little further. Adrenal Glands +1 melee, +2 Carapace. All of that continues to produce into play at the moment. So again, bringing a lot of this online and getting ready to participate in a lot of portions of this. There's going to be some Nillings and the Hydras coming through. Just going to have the Medevac chased away again. So again, pushing that straight back for now. Bioforce is able to get onto the creep spread. So again, just taking position straight away. Getting set back into action here. It's kiting backwards from Percival. As a Widow Mine that does get targeted down before it can do anything. That's actually really nice for Solo, just finding that, because that could have been a little bit more of a problem, right? Maybe not the craziest of things, but could have just been a little bit more damage, right? And right now you're trying to preserve yourself, trade efficiently. You're about to head into Lurkers. You're about to get to a very strong part of this game for you. We know Solo is the kind of player who absolutely loves playing the Lurkers. Once he gets to Lurkers, a lot of the time that is his absolute dream scenario, so expecting that to be him. Kind of starting to feel a lot better about this game as well. Definitely, once you get to those Lurkers, it just feels so good. And like I say, we've seen so many games where Solo's been able to turn it around based on the, arrival of Lurkers into the game. This Bioforce going to fight the Lingbane Hydra. Still trying to push up for a couple of moments. We do see the Overseer overhead trying to get involved as well. We are going to be seeing, is this just going to be a little bit too much, perhaps? May very well be, if Solo wants to send it, although his supply actually dropped off quite dramatically the last few moments, so maybe it wasn't actually as scary for him as it initially seemed like it might be. Seeing those lanes cleaning up that drop. 10 drones going down is nice. Percival again still putting some pressure onto Solar and kind of keeping him busy here and there is definitely a pretty major positive. So doing a good job of that as we just see the Bioforce coming back around and just still pushing through the creep spread for a few more moments. Let's get a little bit more done. Still having ourselves the Lingbane Hydra continue to come back over for a second then. And again bringing that back through into play. I'm just going to see this army stepping back across. She's going to try and get a catch in these medevacs. Good lunge from the Hydra's going to get the full medevac of all things as well. So even better, full medevac is a very nice grab for you here. And the Overseers, the Hydras, the Lings is going to regroup back. And again, going to keep moving our way through this. Oh yeah, a lot of units just smashing through. Obviously, Percival, if he loses the base, is going to get into a lot of trouble. The supply is dipping for him heavily. Solo might be about to have Lurkers, but I don't even think this game's going to come down to kind of what the Lurkers can do or not do. Like I say, usually that's the strong part of the game for Solo, but I don't even, like I say, I think we really need to go there based on what we're currently seeing. GG gets called, and that is going to do it. Solo is going to tie this up 1-1, and we are going to get ready to host into a Game 3 in just a couple of moments, guys. So we'll kick that off for you guys momentarily. Let's get this hosted up. Make a note of the map as well. Cool. Hey, what's up, Hamper? Thank you so much for the 99-month resub. I've actually played a few ladder games again recently. This game's hard. Yeah, that is generally how StarCraft is. It do be difficult. What's our third map going to be? The third map is going to be Voidstorm. Nice. All the other ones we've not seen yet today. Love it. We'll step into this Game 3, guys, and get this ready to go. Alright, so it's all tied up here. One apiece in this best of 5 series. All the casters here, the players are ready. The countdown will begin, and we head into map 3. Voidstorm to try and put the difference. So hard, what, you retired from playing it? Yep. Yeah, well, the difference is it was so hard I never got good enough to be in a position to retire in the first place, so... yeah, it was a thing. Alrighty, guys, we are heading into Voidstorm here again to get this ready to go. Here in the Team Liquid Map Contest, day 1 of the playoffs. Yeah, this map's going to be intriguing because it's the one where we start asking ourselves about the map layout and everything. On the bottom right side. Sorry, not the map layout, but like the crew spread on the pink tile set is interesting. It was actually Sanctuary, is it? That's worse for it? Maybe this one's not so bad on the menu map. I think I'm getting myself confused. Solo in the bottom right and Percival in the upper left for a game number 3. Again, all tied up. Everything to play for. Just start this into action here. Wondering what start we might be seeing over the next few moments as we get this underway and into place. Just have the couple moments of, like I say, getting established, getting this up and running. Hatch continuing through, the few drones will gather together. I'm just going to be seeing the hatch cast pool all building up for a couple of moments to bring that straight into play right now. Again, rebuild on the way through, orbital command is coming up, hatchery in the pool. You need to produce by as well, so again, just getting some of those bits and bobs already settled. It's not really too much to talk about, it's just the rebuild on the way out. Getting that into play as well, of course. Going to be an important part of this game, and yeah, again, that all set up for the moment. Couple queens, then a few zerglings coming about. Just going to get ourselves all of those running straight through for the moment. Bring that into play. This factory is on its way up as well. Let's just bring that factory in for a second as well. And get this into action and see what is going to happen. A couple lanes going to chase about. Just going to be seeing the Reaper there. Going about for a little bit as well. Going to go back and forth for a few moments more. Yeah, looks to be building through. Just got a couple of Hellions on the way out also. So a lot of these bits and pieces coming online. Yeah, not really too surprising or anything for now. I've been thinking how much dead airspace behind the main and natural on this map really feels like one where the Terran's going to enjoy, maybe trying to get some drops there, potentially even early as well to try and control that area. Could be kind of cool, so something we can maybe look at. Let's get this underway. And all settled into play. Just going to have the, again, the couple of queens gathering together as well. Just going to bring those back over for a few moments. Stepping back through, and again, seeing where else we can go. A couple of Hellions are going to gather together for a little bit, so I'm just going to gather those about. And take a few seconds to get this fully set up into action. Seeing the Hellions, the Reaper coming back around again, so again, just trying to get a little bit more done. Just going to get back onto these queens for a couple moments too. Some more damage in on that, and again, try and find a little extra for the next few seconds. Flight Road is now on the way through, so obviously getting that Banshee speed going, and that's going to be fun for Percival to utilize. So playing a little bit of that, and like I say, it should spice things up a little bit here, if nothing else, almost certainly. So we're seeing those queens coming across. The Hellions are going to get pushed back a little. Flare on the way through. Banshee shows up. Queen already taking a bit of damage just initially, so some damage being dealt on that just to start us off. Banshee going back and forth with said queens then, so again, doing a little bit of damage already. The few Hellions are going to come about, be part of this too. One more drones going down, so the Hellions actually going to be able to poke onto this third base. 4 workers is nice, and the Hellions staying alive most importantly. Means that obviously they're going to remain being very competitive over the next few moments. Banshees are going to sit there, going to sit tight and tidy and make sure that nothing is getting bully for now. So just been seeing the rest of this gathering about for a couple seconds then. So again, we get that on the go. For a moment. So let's see that factory coming back about. There's the Hellions again, just taking a bit of damage, but still kind of. I love the obviously the movement from side to side, keeping the pressure up, trying to show the priority that we have of just trying to deny this creep, trying to slow down Solar in any way possible, just early. Earlier we can do that, the happier we're typically going to end up being in the grand scheme of things here for these early moments. And a few more Hydras on the way about. Just going to bring those through still. So I'm going to get that on the go. Bring that up into place. Get that started for a moment or two. Just going to have the Hellions still going to poke about. Just going to have that orbital. Is going to drop down to the low ground then. So a couple of seconds moving across. Get that into position straight away. And we do have the Lings actually going to run back up. Going to get after those Hellions just for the moment. Let's see, those Banshees going to be there. The Queen already taking some damage, so a few more shots coming through. A little bit more damage being dealt already. Hydra's Carapace coming up. One of upgrades, and the combat shields continue to come about as well. The Banshee's actually going to take a few shots there. Again, the Hydra's obviously a good part of being able to defend against the Banshees consistently, even if they're up still later in this game, so being able to kind of keep our eyes on those just initially. And we're going to see the rest of these Hellions and the Hydras coming back around, so again, just getting set back into action for the moment, so bring this into play here for now. Hydra's going to go after the rocks for a couple seconds even as well, so just going to start to work over onto that. See if that can be a success story. Big push from Percival, heading down to the bottom side. And these Marines actually just getting absolutely the chance to shred, and these Hydras are not well enough protected, unfortunately, so they're taking mega damage here. That's going to be good enough for Percival to take game 3 of this series, and suddenly Percival is up a game over Solar. And is actually going to be threatening match point for this next one. So, we'll get into this next game in just a second. What are we going to be playing on? Let me just find that out again. It's going to be Defenders once more. This game. Perfecto. Let's get this started. What's this up, guys? Solar is here, Percival is here, there's been a couple of casters who are joining us as we speak. Yo, Ghost1850 on the £100 donation, mate. Hello, how are you doing? Thank you so much for the generosity. Holy goodness, no message attached either, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Go, 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 go. We all good here. Ready, go, go. Yep, let's send it. Hey, let me, hold up. Let me, give some love to Ghost. Any message attached or just pure love? Just pure love on the £100 donation. Let's see some love in the chat, guys. Thank you so much for the support, mate. Greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. That is amazing. Yeah, thank you so much. Let me have a look. Activity feed. I believe there was no message. I don't think I saw it. Yeah, no, Ghost1850 just with the £100. Thank you so very much for the generosity, mate. Like I say, legendary play. Appreciate it. Thank you so much for helping to support the StarCraft and keeping us going. Thank you so very much, man. Some love in the chat. I don't see the hundreds every day. That's a rare one. Especially in this day and age of SE2. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Amazing. Alright, appreciate it, man. Let's get into the next 100 quid crazy. That's the craziest part. It's £100. Not even $100. It's real money, you know? The real British pound. It's really got its really get my value worth here having it in pounds. I actually hate that it's in pounds because I got forced into this by Stream Elements. I had it in dollars for a long time. It actually benefits me to get paid in dollars because I pay players out in dollars. So a lot of the time I get paid in pounds, it actually is just a negative experience because at the end of the day, I have to then send the players all their money in dollars and I lose money over transactions. It's very minimal. It's very whatever. Just a funny thing because I thought it was better and more universal in dollars anyway, right? Anyways, we got to talk about this game because Percival is proxy 3 racks and he has the chance to beat Solar in this matchup, and he is a proxy 3 racks away from doing it apparently, so he's going to try and just get aggressive, and I cannot blame him. He is in killer position and looks as though he's ready to try and take advantage of that. So yeah, that's going to be the game plan here. It is going to be the proxy 3 racks to try and send this to victory in these next few moments. So we get that ready to go. Marines in the depot coming up, bunker coming up as well. Let's just bring a lot of that through for now. Got hatch, gas, and pool all coming up as well. So we just get a little bit of this built up for the moment. Just going to see the Marines going to nibble at the hatchery. So let's see how Solar responds to this as we get this on the way and already into action essentially. Bring this straight about. Just going to be having the couple of Marines are still firing on through. This hatchery is in trouble, so Solar is going to try and get a road trap rolling up behind this. Because it's a 3 racks, you can actually get away with losing the hatchery here sometimes. Like this obviously typically you wouldn't think is a good thing, but you can kind of get away with it because it's a 3 racks. You can lose the hatchery and it's not the end of the world. It is still seen as playable, so keeping that in mind, because like I said, I think that's actually going to be probably quite a factor here. Especially if you're going into roaches. What I don't love is letting these roaches finish on the low ground, because that just feels like you're letting your opponent get into a very good position, plain and simple. Losing the roaches is not great. SCVs are here as well, so we're going to try and kill this before the roach count gets too high. Now, we are going to already see the movement into a spine crawl in the main base as well. So we're going to have a spine here. Does Percival still want to fight this? What is the approach going to look like for him? Over these next couple moments, just going to be seeing the Marines still trying to fight. The SCVs are already pulled through. Just going to be seeing those Marines still fighting. So again, getting a little bit more for a second. We're seeing a lot of drones going down, a lot of SCVs as well. Is this going to be enough? The Marines are going to gather back up. We are going to get ourselves back into place. Going to see this hatchery still taking damage. A few more roaches getting pulled over. I mean, Percival's down to 1 worker. He has to win this with these Marines, essentially. He's obviously got a little bit of mining still back at home, but not a lot of it, in all honesty. So, yeah, in that regard, it's a little scary. And there's a couple of Ravages going to try and get the job done as well. Oh, is it going to be enough? I'm not loving it, I don't think, for Percival. But Solar's lost every drone as well. Well, you know what? Maybe this is good enough for Percival. Because by killing every single drone, what happens here is that you essentially open the door to, okay, GG anyway. But I was going to say, by killing every drone, Solar just has no income, and you've still got mule income. GG is going to be called, and that is going to do it. We have got ourselves Solar getting knocked down by Percival twice in a day, because he lost to Percival in GSL qualifiers too. Percival with a 3-1 victory is going to advance forwards to play the winner bracket semi-finals. That will be against Classic. That will be on Thursday. I think it's going to be lower bracket on Thursday. I think it's going to be on Saturday that we end up seeing that, actually. So, still very cool. Very exciting. And, yeah, really excited to see how that's going to end up going. So, that'll be awesome. All right. I'll tell you what, guys. I'm just going to go to break while we get Shin and Cure ready to go. I just need a moment myself anyway, so we'll take a moment. We'll get Shin and Cure ready to go. I'll see where Cure is at and see if he's looking good or not as well, because obviously he was in GSL still. So we'll BRB, and we'll get this next one set for you. Welcome back, guys. We are on the verge of getting our videos completed here. Rainfall going to be our opening map. Let's get this ready to start. Where is GSL being streamed? Oh, I didn't realize I didn't change my title. It's on Soup only, so it's not on anything else. It's only on Soup. Didn't realize I hadn't changed my title. My bad. Maybe it's good if I have GSL on my title, though, just to let people know it's happening. Awareness of other events is genuinely a good thing, so... Not a bad choice overall still. Alright, guys, just waiting for everything to come in. Waiting for one more cast. Oh, no. Actually, we're good on casters. Just getting our maps picked here. So it's going to start off on Rainfall for map number 1. So we're going to get that going in a second here. Got this started up. And just wait for this next one to be brought on up, so get this underway in just a moment. Waiting for Shin to pick map 3. I want all the maps picked first so we don't have to worry about too much else. Did Kyo win his GSL game? He did. He got wrong. Done. Went to 1-1 though. Damn. Went to 1-1, was very close in the end. Crazy. Alright, just waiting for map 3 to be picked by Shin. And we can go from there. Blackrock for map 3, perfect. So we're guaranteed to see Blackrock as well, which I'm into because we also haven't seen that yet today, so that's also cool. Awesome. All right. Sweet. If we are ready, then you can get this off and going, guys. Ready, go. Let's get into our final best of 5 of the day. Let's hope for a good one. No replay past the qualifiers. We might do, but just not today. It literally just happened. If they put replays up on Patreon, we might take a look at them. We have a very busy schedule already, so if we have any free days, I'd be very happy to fill it with GSL replay casts, but like that's just not a guarantee. So yeah, until we figure that out, I'm not 100% sure what we'll do, but yeah, we'll have to figure it out a bit. Hopefully we can figure it out though and get this all set. Anyways, let's get into game. In the top left-hand side, our blue Terran player is going to be Cure as we get into this final match of the day. So bring this up, get this all started, see how things are gonna go. Here in that upper left-hand side, he is going to be playing against Shin in the bottom right. These two played a really fun match the other day in the WardiTV Mondays. One of our opening series of the day. It was a very fun matchup, so excited to maybe see more from them in this one as well. I think they're actually pretty well matched at the moment and playing some very fun stuff against each other, so hoping to see more, like I say, from these guys. And another really fun series, because the one on the Monday Cup this week was actually very entertaining. It was very fun to watch the other day early on, so yeah, that was cool. As we get this up and running, see where we're going to take things, see what our players are going to give us, see what kind of styles they want to play for, and everything else as well. Overlord continues to go towards the upper left-hand side. The map's just going to be moving across there just initially, so take that along. Reaper, Orbital, CC, building as well. Bring that through for a couple moments. And yeah, Depot coming down at plays. That Reaper still producing as well. Just bringing a lot of this up and rolling for the moment. Have that Reaper popping, and then yeah, CC's SCV catching the pool. Everything very normal to begin with on Rainfall in these early stages. Nothing too crazy for us here just yet. Becomes pulling back around, and I'm just going to be seeing the few bits and pieces getting set up then. So again, nothing too crazy for the moment. Just getting this on the way, getting this settled, and seeing where we can go to. See what exactly is going to happen in the near future. Couple more shots coming in, a bit more damage being dealt. Still looking pretty reasonable across the board for the moment, as we just see the Reaper is going to be low, but not in kind of too much trouble. I could say still looking pretty reasonable for the moment, and I look to continue forward here. Command Center Orbital building up right now. Just bring that over, that factory ready to swap on over toward the reactor in the next couple of moments. Just going to bring that into place as well. This Reaper is out around in the center, also figuring out where it might like to go to in the next couple of moments here. So getting this set up, and this all in the way. See that link speed still coming about. And a couple of queens coming about for a couple of moments here. Just going to be bringing this through. And getting this, like I say, underway for a couple of moments. See where we get to. Just going to have the Banshee and the Hellion continue to build up. So Banshee, a couple of Hellions, the Marine will coming about, the Orbital and a couple of SCVs are coming over as well, so you bring that through. Again, that Rotron building as well, so we get that online for the moment. Very reasonable starting point right now, as we have the rest of this all continuing through, so we get that on the way. Again, Cloaking still building. Banshee and the Hellions coming online. Just going to be seeing the few extra bits and bobs coming through. That Roach Speed's still building up as well. So again, we continue to get that on the way for the next few moments. And figure out what else might be happening here in just a couple seconds. The Stimpak is obviously starting, the Cloaking on the Banshees as well, and the few Roaches, the Roach Speed and Overlord Speed all coming about as well, so again we get a lot of that just on the way for the moment, bringing this straight through, and having the Hellions and the Queens continue to gather together for a little bit longer. Then we just bring this about here for a few moments. Just going to be seeing the factory is going to jump off the reactor. The starport is going to move off to the side as well. The Roaches just going to regather here as well. So it's going to be bringing that back over. Again, Stimpak building, Roach Speed on the way up. A lot of this on the way through. There's the Drop Lord making its way across the map, by the way. So already making moves to the top here to start things off. And getting that underway. And again, the Drop Lord going to come down. A couple of Queens going to pop out, jump straight onto these Banshees. So those Banshees are just going to be taking some damage, and again, just chase that out of here for the next couple of moments. Now the Ravager and the Roach just going to be shooting the Orbital Command, still taking a little bit more damage. We are going to be knocking at the front here. The Queen's unloading, continuing to get a little bit more done for a second. Just bring that straight on into play. Have ourselves the big push coming in. Then how prepared for this is Cure, essentially, is what we're going to end up asking ourselves here, because we are going to see those couple of Banshees up in the sky still trying to get a little extra done. Just going to be seeing the couple of Banshees still holding tight. 14 SCVs going down. Like I said, the Banshees are the key part of this, because they really can deal with this over time. However, we're about to lose the second Banshee to the Queen that still exists. That one Queen nearly got the Banshee there. It should be able to get repaired. Doesn't need to kind of go anywhere fancy. Just get yourself repaired, get yourself safe again. Another couple of depots coming down right here. So far, very reasonable still as we continue about. Just going to be having those Marines stepping forward as well, bringing those over. And there's Banshee coming around also. Just seeing the, again, +1 missiles, +1 carapace, all of this coming through. The Hydrogen coming up as well. Bring this online for a couple seconds. You just see the Extractors coming into place. The Queen's going to step across. Actually does get a Roach. It's going to be a nice catch. As we see the 1-1 upgrades and the Roach Ravager continuing to place. A couple of drones coming through as well. So getting those Marines just unloading, going after the Overlord then for a moment or two. I'm just going to grab that. Shin going to get supply block from it. The issue here is long term. It's very difficult to really handle a scenario where... Yeah, long term it's really difficult to handle this scenario where you're essentially going to be playing behind on tech. So because you didn't do enough early with its attack, or even if you did a lot early with its attack, you still end up in a weird position. Now, Shin is finding a chance to tech up and to maybe move out of this. So this actually may not be so bad. So this may be better than some of these scenarios that you sometimes see this happen in. So let's wait and see before we pass judgment. But I do think there's definitely something to be said about where this is potentially headed. And what it could potentially mean for the case of this game. And what is going on. And the Roach Ravager is going to continue through for a couple of moments. Just bring that straight about. Going to bring all those units back over and across, and again see what else we can do for a moment here. Get this on the way. A few Marines going to stem up once again. So just going to come back across one more time. Maybe seeing that Roach going to get jumped on. Hatchery in some trouble and is going to get picked off. The Roach Ravager still coming back across. Loving the nightly TLMC streams. Thank you, Ozpros, for making a massive prism in the chat. Appreciate it. Always good to see the WardiTV emotes getting actually some use. We don't use them enough, I think, but yeah, giving the prism some love on the blow up with the bits. Thank you very much, mate. Glad you're enjoying the streams. Yeah, it's been fun watching these new maps. Been very enjoyable groups. Kind of excited for the players. I actually think we have a really cool playoff bracket just in general, which obviously is really nice as well. We have a lot of non-mirror matchups actually. Obviously, classic herO in the PvP, and herO will now play Geralt in the lower bracket PvP, but generally speaking, like a lot of just very good matches kind of available. It's going to be cool to kind of see what happens overall there as this Bio Army is going to step over. Just going to see a few units coming about as well, trying to see what else we can get to for the next couple of moments. Just going to be seeing this massive spread of units trying to gather together here, seeing what else we can maybe find for ourselves as the Hydras continue to punch through. Is that going to be good enough at the end of the day? That is the question we're kind of asking, is we just have ourselves the Bioforce going to get pushed back. So Shin is going to make a hold. He is going to make a defense. So credit to him. He is going to be able to protect this. And it's going to be seeing the Roach Hydra coming back over. And just having the Medivacs going to be there. Bioforces as well. Able to shove this back the other direction just for now. Well, we just take another few moments then, get set up to resume as we have the +2 carapace now completing. So just going to be having that taking place, and the Hydras, the Ravager will continue to come up as well. So again, bring a lot of that into place. +2 missiles again a part of this as well. Just going to see the rest of this Ling Roach Ravager coming back over for a moment or two. Facing the Roach Hydra is going to come across. He's going to take a couple steps over. We are going to see the Ling's going to run into this as well. It's going to have a lot of these units stepping by. Now the Orbital Command in some trouble. Orbital Command's going to get busted. It's a big shove from Shin. It's looking as though it's going to be good enough to get this done. An entertaining back and forth opening map is looking as though it might be coming towards a close here in the next few moments, because Shin is just going to have too much power on this attack here. I think that is just going to seal the deal already for this one. So yeah, again, this rounded out, wrapped up, and that will be good enough for Shin to take the 1-0 lead here in this winner bracket quarter-final. First round of the winner bracket, obviously. As we get ready for game number 2. Let's hop into that in a second. Second map is going to be, I had the full list here, now I've lost it, Lockdown. I'm going to lock this down into our second game. Perfect. She had pretty good variety of maps tonight, even though we've kind of had a limited kind of choice of maps available. We've actually seen some different videos and picks from each of the players, so it's been very cool. So lobby link down here and get this set to go in just a moment. I'm missing a caster though. Just need them to join us. Go, 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 go. Start this game off, guys. Get this producing into our next one. Again, thank you for joining us and hanging out and enjoying some games. Yeah, it's a fun one to be covering. Man, kind of a wild day of Percival knocking Solo down to the lower bracket as well. That lower bracket is going to be nuts because Solo's going to drop down to play against Beyond, so that's already kind of a wild matchup as well. That's going to be kind of crazy. Alright, let's jump off into this. We have got ourselves in the upper right-hand side, the blue Terran player who is going to find himself down a game. This is Cure. Up against the red Zerg in the bottom left-hand side, we're going to have ourselves Shin for game number 2 of this best of 5. First off, getting this going. See what is about to take place here. Game 2 of the series. Yeah, gas coming up, Rax on the way. Had an SCV into the mix as well, so just bringing that straight through. Pull off to the side again. The refinery and the barracks still building up as well, so we continue to bring that into play just for the moment. Getting that straight into position for a second or two, and yeah, getting ready to kick this all off. The basic view in this upper right side, getting that underway just initially. That's going to be seeing a hatchery coming about. Just going to be seeing the Reaper and the Orbital coming up as well, so bring this straight through. Yeah, Command Center, Barracks, Reactor coming by, a couple Queens and those drones all building as well, so just a lot of that on the way in for the moment. Just getting a lot of this set up right now. Bring this straight about. Again, Reactor, Barracks, Command Center coming up, SCV in that depot still building for a moment as well. Gathering about here right now, so again, just seeing where this Reaper wants to take us, see what's going to happen in a couple of moments. Factory, Command Center, all building onto play. A couple of Marines continuing through as well. And we do have this Reaper still heading to the bottom left-hand side just for the next few moments. So again, Reaper to the bottom left, bringing this about. Stim back coming through, the extra drones in production, the Queen's still producing. So again, a lot of them coming up already here as we just see that link speed and that fast stim from Q. Pretty quick, obviously no triple Command Center, just straight into this kind of 2-1-1 effect effective play to kick things off on this one. So yeah, getting that underway and getting that all set up. Just for the moment, as we do have our starport still building, a few Marines and its impact coming about as well. And link speed coming around. Just going to have ourselves the stem continuing into place. Most of that coming online for the moment. So again, just a lot of that coming up. That into place. And yeah, link speed. Some bits and bobs coming through. Nothing super crazy just yet though. For the grand scheme of things, just a lot of setting up still being done as the Reaper and the Marines will gather on in together. We're going to have a medevac or two that are building up as well on the side of Cure. So bringing those up. That stim pack coming into place. And yeah, the link speed and everything else coming through too. So lots of bits and pieces coming online just for the moment. Marines going to gather around, just see a bit of movement there and get that set as well. See what else we can get going as we move across. Seeing the Lings and the Queens gathering back around, so again, get ready to make some moves just initially. As we do take a couple of moments. Have the combat shield coming up, one more missile upgrades, the groove spines all building by as well, so we bring a lot of that into play for the moment. Just going to be seeing these Marines and the Reaper coming back to the left side. Link Queen will come back around as well. Going to get that hatchery. Overlord still floating away just for a couple moments. And bring that back out over to the far right. Marines stepping down, the medevac still joined together. The rest of those Marines stemming up as well. Link's going to jump forward, so again, just trying to hopefully get those involved as well. Just actually have a big dive in. Cure looking strong with this 2-on-1. And Shin having to pull the drones is obviously not a good sign. Those workers dropping is pretty much a sign of defeat here. Because I think this one is probably going to be a G to the G. Shin going to wrap us up, round us out, and call that one a game. Cure is going to be taking this to 1-on-1, so we get tied up here between the two of them. Not a long game on lockdown. As we'll head into this third map now, which is going to be Blackrock for map 3. Yes, of course. Perfect. Let's get into it, because I know a lot of people are very excited to see more of Blackrock. This one's definitely taken the popularity of a lot of people just through its design, I think. So let's see what happens as we post this up and get ready to start. Pushing up to the top. Go, 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 go. 5 casters. We're good. Let's send it, guys, and get this ready to begin. Get this ready to kick off into action. And today would have been a really fast day if we weren't delayed. Kind of crazy. I guess we were kind of only really delayed because it's only really a fast day because of the delays anyway, though. So otherwise we would have had an extra match anyway. 1-1 tied up. As we go game 3, Blackrock for this map. Get this started. In the top right-hand side, getting the series tied. It is going to be our blue Terran player. This is Cure from Team Liquid. And of course, on the other side will be Shin. We'll jump this on overall. Hey, what's up, Zergberger? 1 year on the YouTube membership. Hell yeah, thank you so much, mate. Can you get a loyalty membership? I mean, it kind of already is a loyalty membership if you think about it. It kind of already is, realistically. Just depends how you look at it a little bit, I suppose. Let's see the racks and things coming about. Get that underway. Well, we just have racks in the SCV coming about here, so we take a couple seconds with this. Again, the hatch, the gas, probably the spawning pool coming up soon as well. Let's continue to move around just for a few moments. So yeah, Reaper and the Orbital coming through, the hatch and that pool coming online as well. Still got the drone building up also. Got that on the way for the moment. Is a Zerg burger made of ling or roach meat? That's a great question. Why not both? Maybe it's a mix. Maybe the higher quality Zerg burgers are made of like Mutalisk and the lower quality ones are just lings. There's got to be a lot of dead ling meat going around, right? That sounds grim, not gonna lie. I might pass on the Zerg burger if it was offered to me as a meal. I'm gonna come over again, just gonna have ourselves the Reaper I'm gonna take its little step through the center. Remember, this map is interesting because it has no high ground. The only high ground on the map is the main base. Apart from apparently some areas you can drop tanks on, which I'm sure is going to be a hot point of contention if someone starts using it in this game as well. So I guess we'll see if that happens. Just going to see the Lings and the Queen's going to be there pushing that Reaper away for a couple of moments. So again, we push that back. Still with this so far. We having the, again, Link Speed and the Queen continue to come over for a few moments to just bring this straight into place. Obviously just the setup phases, but nothing really weird happened on the setup. No proxies, no aggression like that. Very standard first few moments, if nothing else here. Yo, what's up? Idle SCV, let's all support the StarCrafts, guys. Thank you so much for the 300 bits. Appreciate the generosity. And the rally of support. Appreciate it. Yo, sorry, there's actually a third hatchery missing from Shin, so he's actually going to be on that fast lag coming through. So he is going to be playing this a little bit differently to the norm. Very Shin-esque, though, to kind of hit the lag quickly. Will he go mutas, or will he want to, will he go mutas, or will he go into, like, fast hydras or so? The red umbrella is here? Is this where you can drop tanks? Oh, over here. That's just a tank spot? That's funny. That's surely not going to be... That's not going to be popular. I can just tell. We can just tell. Okay, so that's where you can drop tanks on the high ground. There's one of those things where it's just like, it just benefits Terran so much more than any other race. You could argue maybe has Terran lost out the most by there being no high ground, low ground, right? Like, Terran love ledges, Terran love kind of changes of terrain because you can really siege those positions easily and comfortably. So maybe Terran needs something to help them out because of that, but I feel like that's going to be a hard one to sell to people, to be honest. I feel like that's going to be a very difficult one to sell. Again, hatch coming down, gas, Baneling Nest and the Spire keep on coming through as well. Let's see that Spire coming up over on the corner, so is going to bring that straight through as well. And we do have ourselves the, yeah, just going to be rushing those mutalists. So, interesting map to rush the mutas on. I wouldn't have said it was like one of the larger maps. There's a few maps on the map right now which are quite big, where I think it makes a lot of sense to be like, hey, let's get the mutas out and let's try and control this map. Just due to its size, it's going to be very difficult for you to really deal with that while everything else is going on too. Flames are going to be there. Those Hellions are going to get pushed back a little bit. The Queens are going to still help. You can see a few more drones going down already. I'm going to move back around just for a moment or so. I'm just going to have the additional drones continue to drop at the moment. Just going to be seeing that Hellion going down also. Just seeing that pickoff being made. Stone back in the +1 coming up. Obviously, this is great damage from Q. You get rid of 10 workers early. Shin's already playing a low eco game. It now puts even more pressure on these Mutalisks to get something done, because you've just taken a bunch of damage that you're not going to recover well from if you don't get something done yourself. So like I say, pressure is kind of building here to see some success on the side of Shin. A little bit of a counterattack, getting a couple SCVs already, but he's still losing more drones. So at this point, I feel like Kira is already very aware of what's going on as well. It's forcing the Mutalisks to play defense, means they waste time before they go across the map, and then gives you the information. And so the missile turrets are going to be up. They're already finished, so this is looking like a bit of a stomping in this game 3. Q are looking great to try and take the lead of this series. Again, +1 fly attack. The Baneling speed continue to produce through as well. Just bring that all online. The Muta's going to jump onto the orbital command there just for a couple seconds. The +1 flyer attack, the Bane Nest, and a lot of that coming by just for the moment. But a lot of this is kind of future-proofing this game, but I'm not sure, like I say, how much future-proofing you can do in a game where Q might just attack you with the +1 finishing, right? Like, he's going to have a lot of stuff, and he's going to have a lot more than you based on the way that this game has opened, so that part's definitely going to make this very interesting as well. I don't know if Shin has an easy way back into this. Worker counts are even. It's just even is not typically good for Zerg, and like I said, I do imagine Q has a couple more timings to potentially take advantage of, and as we lose one Mutalisk in the center. The thing is, it's like, okay, maybe the Mutas have made Q step back a little bit, but they're not like doing damage or anything, right? Like, things aren't necessarily adding up too much. Again, the 1-1 upgrade's coming by, the couple Mutas still coming across. The Baneling speed is going to finish very shortly as well, so we get that on the go. Continue to bring that up. Keep that rolling. Marines in the mine coming over, just going to be seeing the Mutas ready to maybe make their next play. Just a couple seconds. Figure out what we want to do here. Well, the Marines just going to step up. Just going to see a couple of the creep tumors going down initially. Just going to have ourselves a bit of a push through on this. The creep will get pushed back a little. The Muta's going to take some damage from the missile turret. The depot going to take a few more shots. It's going to be a cleanup as the Marines stim underneath again. Going to try and threaten those Mutas to the best of their ability. So, going to find some value there just for the moment. As those Mutas come back around. Wouldn't mind actually going to help with clearing them up a little bit there as well, which is going to be just a pain point as well, almost certainly. So it's also not going to be too much fun for the moment. Just going to be having those Marines and the Mutas continue to gather together. Just joining back up for a couple of seconds on this one. So everything comes back around. We will just be seeing the Marines still stepping forward, a couple of Widowmines stepping through too. A couple of scans coming about to see what else is happening, and we do have some Lings and Banes ready to also step forward over the next few moments, trying to also get involved on this. So concussive shells will be there in a second. We get that concussive shells out, and obviously allows us to be a little bit kind of advantageous when it comes to slowing some units down, but it's not going to be too much of a game changer. But it does mean that all the upgrades are done. Obviously, talking about upgrades 2-1 on the way on the side of Kua. Well, you will see the you will see just 2-2 on the way from Shin. So he's already going to have a carapace upgrade for a little bit. So that's kind of the one thing that he's kind of getting going for himself right now. So a little bit of an upgrade advantage over what you might expect. So yeah, a little bit of an upgrade lead. Thor on the way out. Kua just sitting back. The one thing the Mutas do for you is if you can at least pressure with them and kind of keep map control, if your opponent doesn't feel safe to come across the map, then you do kind of just keep him back and then not much happens for a while, and that could be kind of interesting in the grand scheme of things as well. Long term. Infestation pit about to finish up. Those extra drones, the Lings all building through, the additional Mutas, Banes, and everything else building by also, just for the moment. Big push from Q. I mean, the moment he starts pushing, he'll know he's going to be ready to fight, because he's obviously not going to attack unless he has what he deems to be a very capable army of kind of pushing across the map. The Lings catch a Thor, that's really nice. Anything to kind of keep your Mutas a little bit safer in the larger fights, especially something like a Thor that can be so devastating so quickly, right? Like, a Thor can go very wrong very quickly for you as the Zerg player, so getting rid of that before it even happens is generally going to be seen as a pretty big positive. little bit of Biomine joining there as well. Just the attack. The Marine Marauder Medevac still building. The Marines get underneath, just going to chase those meters away again. The Ling Bane still trying to hunt down for a couple of moments. So again, pulling this back across just for a little bit. Before coming down the side, the meters get turned back. It's a lot more Lings on the way through. That Hive is about halfway done as well. So again, we get that settled just for now. Still bringing this online, and we are going to be seeing the meters. The Lings continue to chase up. A couple of Banes going to try and crash forward as well. Not going to be able to do too much in the end. The Hive still building through. Should be done in a couple of moments to help Shin out here, but is it going to be enough? Because he's already kind of under some heavy pressure right now, so let's see if that's potentially an issue for him still. Give him some time. But wouldn't mind shots going off. We are going to clean out the Thor, and a lot of this army in general beginning to truly go down. A couple more Lings going down. Do we have the meters able to actually do anything meaningful? I felt like they could have right-clicked a Medevac or two there. The mines were unburrowed, so that's maybe one of the bad chances you're going to have. The Overseer eats the shot, but that doesn't really help because it still splashes the mutas. I mean, obviously it helps better than the muta taking the shot, but it still splashes on the mutas. So it's still not an ideal situation, to say the least. Shin's supply is not standing the test of Kira's army, as Kira's army continues to push over and continues to do just a little bit too much at the moment. It does seem as though this is unfortunately starting to go the wrong way. And starts to go very against Shin right now, as Kira's supply still looking strong. The Thor going to micro back with the Medevac gives you even more value here. And that's obviously going to be kind of a big deal as well. The Overseer still coming over, and yeah, I think that's going to be really, again, start to put us to a point of closing this one out. Shin is going to be behind. Only 10 supply behind, so maybe it's not over, but my issue is with Shin is he's stuck on Ling Bane Muta at this point. And being stuck on Ling Bane Muta is really going to make things very difficult for you long term. Like, I really think that's going to be a sizable issue, realistically. Plain and simple. The Lings and the Mutas do escape away, so they're just going to run out of here. A little bit of Bio jumping onto the left-hand side. The Zergling goes down there pretty much immediately. And, you know, the drone's pulling back, also getting away from this at the moment. Just stepping out of this one. Goes pushing again, obviously doesn't want to give too much time to Shin to kind of potentially get back into this and to reset up and get supply going back in his favor, so he's kind of right to show up and, like I say, be kind of aggressive nice and quickly and just keep the pressure going. The Muta's going to dive on the other side, and just going to be Shin obviously trying to drag himself back into this game by finding some damage here and there. Let me just get rid of a few SCVs, but again, you've got that main army still pressing you through to the other side of the map. And Kira has been able to kind of dominate the middle of this map. He's not really let Shin have too much control of it, so it's a pretty big deal because, like I said, we talked about this map being interesting, not a lot of ledges and positions that the Terran might like to abuse as much, but yeah, maybe still seeing this be effectively used as by Kira. There's kind of some interesting feedback getting to see, you know, the Terran able to control the middle and step forward. That was a better fight from Shin. Actually gets a bit of a jump on that group of units, and I don't think Kira quite found as much as he was probably looking for in that fight. You can see the rest of the Lings pulling back up, going to get onto a few more units as well. Are you actually going to get the Hive? Wow. Nice little drop in, just gets the Hive, and obviously Kira, even if he lost the fight, he does at least do some damage elsewhere across the board. Can't say it was amazing for him though. I mean, his supply actually really does hurt after this, so he is definitely in trouble following that. It's, you know, we're not going to defend the position. Overall, it was a downward trajectory for Kira compared to what it was before, and that is Shin taking kind of the sort of fight which you needed to see from him. Able to actually kind of put himself into a much more kind of viable spot. Those few Ultras, the Kindness Plane, and the Adrenal Gland still coming up, and Missile Turret is going to be cleaned out by the Mutalists as well. You can see the rest of this still coming across here. And we just have the Missile Turret still shooting a few of those Mutas, so trying to push those back still. The Marines are going to step forward, get after the Overlord. Ultra and the Lings, the Chitinous and everything else continue to produce by. Again, Neo Steel Plating coming up. Marine Marauder Medevac. A few Widow Mines all coming through still as well. Bringing a lot of that online for the moment. So again, just a lot of these things are going to help us further deeper into the late game. Kira is back to being remaxed, and that's the issue for Shin. Is because he was behind, even when he wins a fight, he can't capitalize on it easily. He's got to kind of reset and kind of rebuild a bit. Kira, that's why it was also nice he killed the Hive, right? It's just extra things that Shin has to reinvest into, whereas Kira really just needs time. Given a bit of time, Kira gets right back on his feet and is kind of ready to go again, you know, almost immediately, essentially. So, a couple Ultras and Bane's going to run around, and this is nice. It's going to once again kind of force Kira to maybe have to step back and wait a little bit. If he commits, then he's going to be very committed, and that's obviously what Shin would like. He would love to have Kira heavily committed through right now and having to make some difficult choices as to how this continues. A couple of these Eva Chambers will keep getting picked up. The Lings and the Banes will continue to roll through there as well. Just going to bring that straight on in. Big couple of moments right on that as we have the rest of these Lings still rolling through. Those Banes are going to be here as well. They're also going to roll through onto this. The Lings, the meters and everything else still coming about. We have this shove forward, bio up on the high ground, try and play defense. I mean, don't get me wrong, Kira lost a lot. The counterattacks of Shin have been great. The one thing that is really valid on this map, right, is there's a lot of pathways. They had to have a lot of pathways to be interesting with no high ground, low ground dynamics. So that's one way in which the Zerg is going to love the map as well. So many ways to get around it. And hence, you see here, he's been able to get around and actually do a good amount of damage in the grand scheme of things as well. So Kira, I think, definitely struggling a little bit against a couple of these run-bys. His army's still strong, but not as strong as it once was. Obviously, the layout of the map, if it enables a lot of run-by pathways, also enables a lot of surrounding potential, right? There's a lot of positions where you can just get the surround on that Terran army, and that's been kind of essential at points too, as these couple of Ultras will just run off creep to chase this units down, and probably not a bad choice. There's not enough here from Kira, and that probably means that this game is going to start going completely in favor of Shin, because Kira just doesn't have the numbers to put up with this otherwise. GG's, and Shin gets a 2-1 lead over Kira here, gets the advantage, and is going to be one map away. Fantastic stuff. All right. Alrighty then, guys. How very awesome as we get ready to go one more time into this game in just a couple of moments. Get this ready to go. Kick this off. It is going to be our fourth map. Maybe the last map, but obviously doesn't have to be the last map. It is going to be Wavebreaker to get into this one. Alright, I'll get this hosted. Where are we at on ads? No, we already pressed the ad button. Even better. I already did what I was meant to do. Good job, me. Alright, let's get Wavebreaker hosted and get the players and casters in. And go into game 4 with Shin into the lead of the series. Hatchery on fire, seriously. It's the hatchery, it's the mech hatchery skin. It burns when it goes low HP like mech or like Terran buildings do. I remember when this first came out, people went wild about this. They thought it was so cool. It's sick. It's like, how can the hatchery burn? It's made of metal. It's been mechanized. They lose HP too. Yeah, you use the skin and it's actually a negative effect. Now your hatchery degenerates HP when low. Feels bad. But you look cool while doing it, you know? It looks cool while dying. So, you know, you've got that going for you. Bit of a positive, if nothing else. Let's go to Wavebreaker, guys. Let's get this one set up. And as we have ourselves this next game, readying to begin. In the bottom left-hand side, our blue Terran from Team Liquid is going to be Kira, and he is down. Really actually felt like he was doing very well in that last game. I actually thought he was controlling it for a big part of it, but a couple of bad fights, and then obviously letting the run-by start to do too much, and being unable to finish the game out, obviously a big factor too. Here, bottom left, Shin top right. Like I say, I was looking hopeful for Kira in that last one, but it slipped away from him. He's obviously not had a good time in the longer game so far, so let's see what happens. He obviously won the little bit of a shorter game that we had. That's about it thus far. Getting a couple of drones, the hatchery, the racks and the gas all building up. SCV coming online as well, so we continue to bring that straight into play here for a moment or two. Hatching a couple of drones will continue to produce on by. Hatch the gas in the pool. Building on away. First Overlord comes across the map. I think I'm starting to really like Wavebreaker. I think this map's really been one that's stood out to me quite heavily. Over the past little bit. It's definitely been quite cool to see. Command Center, an SCV and the Reaper all coming by. As can be seen, SCC continue to step across for a couple of seconds. Reaper is going to come about. Going to see a couple of Lings going to get nipped at for a couple of moments. We're coming through again, just gonna have a few drones coming about, that queen coming up, the drones continue to build here for a couple of seconds, so bring that back onto action. Now a couple of Hellions and Starport coming online, just gonna be having a couple of queens are gonna step up over to the front as well, so they're gonna gather around for a few moments here. Overlord building, Queen's on the way. That link speed is still coming through. Just going to be coming online. Again, the Command Center, a couple SCVs and Hellions. We'll be building as well. And again, Dos Helionos on the way through. I'm just going to have a cloaking coming about. Really not too much going on, just having ourselves the set up into some Hellion Banshee. Nice and standard for Cure. I mean, he won that game 2 off of aggression with the 2-1-1. I wonder if he just needs to have a bit of a solid start. He's actually going to get a couple drones early. These Hellions not being dealt with. That's going to be 3 workers, 4 workers for the 2 Hellions and a Reaper. It's pretty good, because you imagine you're going to build a few more workers, a few more Hellions from this anyway, so it's still, you know, you're still likely going to have a lot of the map control that you're going to typically look for in this. Drones and the Queen still building by. A couple creep teamers coming up as well. Still got the cloaking on the way. That Banshee coming up. So we got this continuing to move on through the factory, stepping over. Again, a couple of Marines going to do some nibbling onto an Overlord that's nearby as well. Still got the cloaking, still got that Banshee. All being brought into play. A couple of barracks still coming online also with the rest of this right now. Hellions will back down the bottom left. Just gonna see that Banshee showing up. It's gonna be gathering there for a couple of seconds, so again we just bring that into play. And the drones and the lair continue to come on through. So Shin is gonna get into that lair. Obviously this time he had a 3rd hatchery, he's already building his 4th. So a little bit of a later investment into mutas if that's gonna be what it is. Again, those Hellions just roasting and toasting for a second or two. Hydrogen Evo chambers all continue to build up. Still bringing that online. So yeah, we get this on the way through. Bring that over. And away we continue. Hellions are going to get here to try and clean up these few Zerglings. I'm just going to get here, going to pick off that Queen, just going to be taking that down. Again, missile upgrade, Carapace coming about, the Groove Spine's coming up as well. Just going to be seeing the Bane Nest coming over. Extra Hydra's continuing to build. The Marines going to be underneath. The Overlord are going to get grabbed. I can see a couple of lings coming about. Also can see the missile upgrades coming through, the Hydras and so coming online, but we are going to see a little bit of a push from Cure already getting over here, so getting into position already, putting some pressure on. Gonna have the missile upgrade, the Carapace coming through, the couple of Hydras are coming about as well, so again we bring a lot of that into place. And then as the Hydras gather back around, just gonna be collecting those together, just gonna be seeing those rocks gonna get knocked through, it's just gonna open that up for a couple of moments as well, bring that straight by. And this Marine Halberd force still gathering up also here for a couple of seconds. The Hydra Ling army is going to continue to step through, so again, stepping forward and coming across the map. There we go, just going to have the Marines still in position, those tanks back in this position. This position has been the sweetheart of the Terrans. Like, this position has been where all the Terrans have been setting up in these games. In the TVZs, it's crazy how consistently they've been doing it. Kind of goes to show, I guess, just how good of a spot it is. So it definitely has been one of the stronger points for Terran players to play with. Tanks gathering, the Marines and the Medivacs gathering through. Just going to see the Banes, the +2 Carapace, and the melee upgrade coming about. The Ling's going to run forward, jumping on toward the siege tank. 8 SCVs go down already, so again, a few more shots to be done. Nice run by, workers being killed, and it does distract here a bit, maybe takes some of the attention away from this forward position he's been setting up on. Let's hear what's up, Level. How you doing? 91-month resub. Cheers from Thailand. Hope you're having a good time, mate. Thank you so much for the 91 months. Much appreciated. Thank you so much. Marines coming through. Tanks heading up to the top. Just stepping ourselves straight over here for a couple of seconds. We do have this big push. Ooh! This is going to be off creep, which is kind of nice actually for Cure, right? A lot of these Banes are going to be trailing through off creep and taking tank shots in the face, and that's going to be a lot of damage taken right away for Shin. Now he is eventually going to get the cleanup on this army, including the siege tank, so he can finish everything off here in the end. But obviously not a cheap endeavor, losing a fair amount of his units in the build-up to that. It's going to be a pretty pricey setup. Marine tank will come back over again then, so we just take a moment and rejoin the few Medivacs unloading over here to reset things through. Look, then coming up, by the way, those Lings still producing as well. Viper's coming about, the Overlord speed, +2 missiles, and the +2 melee coming up as well. Just going to be seeing the Lurking Den coming into place. The 30 Lings continue to produce on by. Lingbane Hydra coming back over, still got the 2-2 missiles and melee upgrade coming about, the 3-3 upgrades coming up as well. Just going to be seeing the Lingbane coming back through, the tanks are going to shoot their shots. Push that back over for a moment. And +2 melee, +2 missiles, all of that still coming by. He's just bringing that up. We do have our army of Shin at least kind of remaxed out. We'll see if he can... The problem that Shin keeps having is that Cure is just getting set up and getting sieged in position before Shin can do much. If Shin can maybe catch Cure on the map one time, that might be a lot of what we need to kind of reset things through a little bit here. Lane Hydra looking to get ready to move again. Diving down this ramp, blinding clouds all over the place, going to be pretty wild as well. The lane Bane Hydra still coming through. A couple of those Banes trying to reach those Marines, not quite going to get there just yet. Marines is going to get onto the hatchery, so just going to come straight through with this already, and we do have ourselves the chance to, well, again, just keep Shin back. I mean, Shin is playing across those top 4 bases. He has a hatch on the right side. I can't imagine that. I mean, if it stays alive, it's not going to be super useful for forever. We can say that much at least, I guess. The Viper's going to get some consumes off. Just going to get some energy back onto themselves for a little bit. Bring that up and about. Bane Hydra gathering through. It's going to be seeing the couple of units coming around as well. The Nidus network still producing by also just currently. Stepping through, a couple tanks coming about as well. And again, just going to be stepping back over this. Marines are going to step through. The couple lurkers are going to be there. Lurkers are firing. Lurkers taking a lot of shots. It's going to be seeing those Lings still trying to run forward towards that Marine tank army. The Hydra Bane coming back around as well. 3-3 upgrades still coming through. Ghost and the Liberator continue to come about. Big push forward. A couple tanks going down. Just going to be seeing the Bioforce going to have to be pushed back here. As we are going to have ourselves this run by is actually going to be scary. Oh, the Lurkers are going to pop up and they're going to get a chance to burrow because the Ghosts were being chased by the Banelings. That's the most funny Nidus of all time. Because the Nidus probably, I mean, the Lurkers could have just been sniped before they burrowed. I guess the Queens popping out might have protected them a little bit, but that's actually kind of a funny one. As we are going to see this... Oh, we're going to see this taking a while to clean up. I like the Queens here to support the Lurkers a bit. Finally going to have to pull these back. Shin losing a bit too much overall. I kind of like the Nidus, but obviously just has been a bit of a rough time, and he is going to end up not having enough to fight through this. It's going to be GG's. And it's going to be Q to take game 4 of this best of 5. Alrighty, we will take a second to get this posted through, guys. Did I change my stream elements then? You required to agree to way too much. Manage your channel's rebroadcast broadcast configuration. Include chat update and channel configuration. Manage. No. I think stream elements just changed what they do, because you have to sign in now, I guess. And if you have to sign in, that's just naturally what stream elements has access to do. If you sign in via Twitch, because that's just what stream elements does. Kind of weird. Yeah, requires you sign in because I've definitely not changed anything myself. So yeah. All right. It's gonna be Fear and Faith for a 5th map here between Shin and Kyo, one of the maps we have not seen a lot of. So let's see what it gives us. Let's get this ready to rumble. For one final game today, guys. Again, thank you for joining us. It's been a pleasure. Boom, boom. I play AFK, put that back. This ready to go. Sweet, sweet. Everyone's here. Players are ready. Let's go into what could be our final, or what should be our final game of the day. To get this ready to go. Kicking this off into action. Alright. Let's do this. Fear and Faith. You have not seen this map a lot. It's obviously a 4-player map. Let's see what the spawns are, because that's going to dictate a little bit of what we see here. And a little bit of what we are to expect, basically. So let's have a look-see at what the setup is going to be. It is going to be close by vertical spawns. So top left versus bottom left. And in the bottom left will be the Terran player in this game. This is going to be Cure. In the top left, our red Zerg player is going to be Shin. Alrighty. It is a final map of the day, guys. Again, it's a bit of a short stream. Obviously, we start a bit late because of the GSL stuff, but we will be back on Thursday. Normal time on Thursday, and with 5 best of 5s instead of just the 3 best of 5s. So, look forward to that on Thursday. If you are excited for more TLMC games, that is when we will return with it all. So, like I say, stay excited for that. Well, Hatch Gas Pool coming through. Take a couple of seconds. Just going to be seeing the Reaper and the Orbital coming by. Get this on the way for a few moments and get this into some action. Figure out what we want to do here. Kira and Shin always give such great games with each other, I feel like. These two are always so fun to watch. Like, they always give entertaining games. There's always fun between them. I don't know. Always enjoying watching these guys. Mine Center, Factory, and Reactor coming through. Just going to be seeing the Reaper is going to show up and gets a drone kill pretty quickly here. It's just going to be able to grab that right off the bat. It's going to be a nice catch for the moment. Getting that into place as the couple of drones continue through. Again, the Factory and the Command Center, SUV, all of that continue to build for now. Let's just continue to bring that into play for these next few moments. So again, we get a lot of this on the way through. Get this up and running. And yeah, a couple CCs. Reactor on the Factory coming online. Bringing a lot of this up and setting into place. The Factory steps over, just going to drop down onto the Reactor here. It's just going to put that in position. Just going to have the starport coming through as well, so bring this straight about. Yeah, like going through, that link speed coming up as well, so taking a second to bring that into place. And get this on the way. And then layer a couple drones, that link speed. And we do obviously have the third hatchery coming up after the layer again. So Shin once more going kind of back to this later third, the faster layer, and just a bit of aggression that typically sets up from that. Again, we're typically thinking fast mutalisks, and especially if he's already used fast mutants in the series, kind of tends to the idea of like he maybe liked it and still felt like it put him in an okay position. I don't think it put him in a great position right away, but let's see what happens here. That ladder is coming through, a few drones and so coming about as well. It's going to see the couple queens coming back across. Just resetting for a couple of moments, and again that will let the few drones continue to be added into place for a moment. Spy coming through, hatch building. Again, the drone and a few lings continue to build up as well. Baneling nest still continues into place. Banshing the SCVs coming about. And have an overseer that's going to be moving as well, so we can get some good information kind of guaranteed here in the next few moments. Get that info gathered and kind of just go with that and make some choices based on what you see. Overseer stepping back through. A couple of Marines again chasing that Overseer down, taking some damage. The Viking's going to show up and the Overseer will take a bit more damage as well. Overseer going to drop, the Marine going to keep chasing as well. And again, we shut that down in the next couple of moments, so looking decent with this. And yeah, Spire is about to be done in just a second also. Six meters coming by for the next couple of moments then, so we bring that about. It's going to be seeing the Banshee. It's going to be basically just giving itself up here, so comes in, takes a bunch of damage, doesn't exactly have a great time. Gets a few drones, which is nice, but obviously the threat now being gone, I'd say, is a bigger deal that Shin should be kind of enjoying, so it's a definite bonus here overall, as we just have Sovalok going to take a few more nibbles. Just going to see the couple queens going to be there. Vikings still getting chased away just for the moment. And again, a few Marines popping out. That medevac in the factory. The siege tank still coming through as well. Continue to bring this into play for the moment, as we just have the meters actually showing up and actually going to get rid of a few of these Marines kind of on their own. Well, their damage being dealt for the moment. The meter's going to turn back around. Viking already going to take some shots. Through this for the moment again, see what else we can find. Next couple of seconds here, just having ourselves these mutants still going after a few more of these SCVs, so a little bit more being done. Eleven SCVs have fallen, so again, damage pretty decent in the grand scheme of things. We've seen that melee upgrade again, +1 flare attack. The rest of this coming by. He's actually going to get after those Mutalisks as well, by the way, so I'm just going to try and chase that for a couple seconds. Get some damage on, get some chasing done. That's set up into places. Again, we get everything else set through for the moment. A few Marines is going to be there, chase things around also. Marines just going to chase the mutas for a couple of moments then. We're going to put some pressure on. And yeah, I mean, obviously the idea here is obviously the mutas keep you busy. And now Shin is starting to expand on the map. And if he gets towards the upper right-hand side, I feel like that's going to be a pretty big factor too. That's going to be one more thing for us to just, like I say, keep a watch of over the course of this. Marines just going to gather about here, so again we gather things up. Again, that drilling claw's coming through, the combat shield, the 2-2 upgrades coming about as well, so again a lot of that already on the way. Continue to bring that by. Just going to be seeing melee carapace all coming up. Mutas and the Banes building up as well. Just going to see the few Marines. Going to push the Mutas back through to the top side for a little bit. And again, the Drilling Claws, Concussive Shells, all building for now. So bringing a few bits of that into place. Again, the Missile Turret coming into play. The Medivacs are still producing. Marine Marauder is still very much so coming online as well. So lots of that coming up. CC is still also producing by. Just going to see a few Marines getting underneath those Mutas, pushing them away for another couple of moments as well. Few upgrades on both sides. It's going to be 2-2 actually finishing up soon from Cure. Shin running in before that is done though, so he's going to get through for some damage. Looking to get some work done here right off the bat. Going to be seeing those few bio units gathering back together again, so just resetting with this for a couple moments. One shot going to go dead center onto the Mutas, so we pick up some damage there. And again, find a little more. Still got the 2-2 upgrades coming by also. I'm just going to see the Mutas going to leap back around over to the right side and get into position to make something happen. Going to grab a Widow Mine straight away, so it's going to be able to nab that. It's going to be a nice catch. Now the Mutas are going to turn back up into the center, and away they go to the upper right-hand side. So they're going to escape out of this. So many bases across the top of the map. That's one of the things that kind of happens here on the 4-player maps, right? Even if you kind of spawn close, if you survive through the early stage, then your additional bases become so difficult to reach for your opponent. So it's actually kind of interesting where, because essentially now where Kyo really wants to hit in a typical game of TVZ is essentially now cross-map, right? So that's a little scary, as you are going to see those Banes are going to connect. That mineral line is going to get cleaned up. Just going to see that going down right away. So that's going to be a nice cleanup. Good shutdown there, just initially. Mutas still taking some damage. A couple of Thors shooting through as well. Again, 2-2 upgrades, the +2 flyer attack upgrade, all producing by. Again, continue to bring a lot of this into play for the moment. Bio back around on the left, and the Mutas still going to get across. Going to grab 2 Widow Mines actually, so a nice couple of catches, some damage there. +3 attack, the vehicle plating coming through, additional Marauders coming by also. You have that Widow Mine still producing about. The command center is going to take a couple of moments to kind of float down towards the bottom side. He is going to get on top of the CC, and that CC already taking some hits, so some damage being dealt. And again, the couple of Marines is going to be there to push the Mutas back also. So again, we chase that off. We'll deal with this for the moment. Still got upgrades coming through. The Ling Bane is now working its way toward this base on the left-hand side. The Planetary Fortress going down already. Just going to be grabbing that. The Ling's able to pick off the rest of these missile turrets still. Again, Ling Bane coming about. The Ultra Cavern still producing online. These Banes going to get pushed back the other way. Wouldn't mind looking to try and get a connection onto a Baneling or two. Not quite going to be able to make it. Still got the 3-3 upgrade. Still got the Chitinous Blade coming up. Adrenal Glands is building by as well. Big attack here from Shin. If he can get a jump onto this army, he has a lot of creep spread to let these Banelings keep rolling in with that additional speed. And Kyo's army gets absolutely wiped out. That is kind of the price of coming out to fight on a map where it has creep on it and actually stepping onto that creep. Kyo obviously felt a bit desperate. He has no 4th base, right? He's got extra CCs building, but like, he's just been kind of set to try and fight and win, and now that this gets cleaned up, it's going to be rough. The Mutas are going to come over. We're going to have Ultras popping from Shin very shortly as well. It looks like Shin is going to be sending himself through to the next round. I believe this drops Kyo into a match against Clem in the lower bracket, so an absolutely brutal bracket to kind of drop into on that lower side. It's going to be very interesting to see that. That should be on Thursday. Lower bracket round 1 is on Thursday. And then the rest of the tournament takes place Saturday and Sunday, guys. So I look forward to that as we just have, at this point, the few Mutas diving in. Missile to, Siege Tank there, just going to be grabbed straight away. Just going to nab that right off the bat. Again, just going to be seeing the Overseer going to get picked off once again. Just going to still see the CC pulling back over to the left. We have those meters still getting after the depot, still getting after some SCVs. The command center floating back over once more. The Lings are going to still come running through. We're just going to be having the Ultras are going to dive upwards into position here. And herO is going to say GG, tap out of this, and give Shin the victory screen to go through 3-2. Quite a cool set of games today, guys. I know we had a bit of a slow start and everything that was happening with the GSL, and so, and like I said, that was kind of expected. We knew that was maybe going to be happening, but yeah, still cool to kind of get through, get some games played, and to actually see some really cool ones, and a really fun series at the end here as well, for sure. Shin shows up and gets it done to wrap us up. Alrighty, guys, that is going to be us for the day, I do believe. Cool. Sorry, just confusion between the streamers. Everyone thought we were casting more games, and I'm like, nope, we're done. So yeah, no, we are in fact done. Which means that we're done as well. Awesome. All right. So yeah, we're gonna be back on Thursday, guys. I might be live tomorrow for Kung Fu Cup. I'm still not decided. I'm gonna see how my doctor's appointment goes and just see if we get back on time, basically. If I'm going to get back like a bit late, I don't think I'm going to bother. If we get back on time, we might just go live and just send it. I just haven't really decided which one of that, which one it's going to be just yet. So, yeah. Anything else to say or do? Not really. I'm pretty content with where we're at. Yeah. Like I say, we'll be back maybe tomorrow. If we're not live tomorrow, like I say, we'll definitely be here on Thursday. If we finish the herO Wars thing while you are offline, does it still count? Yep. If you get herO Wars and you get to level 10, it still counts. Doesn't matter when you do it, over the next 7 to 10 days, it will count. So if you want to start it today and play it slowly over a few days, it counts as well. It's going to be live. The deal is live for, I think it's like 7. It's either a week or 10 days. I'm not sure. So yeah, you can still check that out, and do so if you want to support the stream for free. Just check out the herO Wars. Check that if you do wish to do so. Sweet. All right, appreciate you all. Who won? It was Shin 3-2. So again, let's maybe have a little look at the bracket before we actually wrap up, guys, because I haven't shown the bracket on stream at all yet. So let's have a little peek at this. So it is, for some reason, Solar Percival is not updated, but yeah. It's kind of funny. So the matchup that happened later is updated, but the matchup that happened earlier is not. So obviously Solar lost to Percival. So Percival advances. So the Terran hope in this bracket is Percival. Clem is going to be playing Protoss in the lower bracket, of course, because he's going to be playing Cure as well. So yeah, kind of a crazy bracket. Classic and Shin in the upper bracket semis. herO has won 4 of the last 5 TLMCs, but he's now around 1 of the lower bracket with potentially Clem or Q in the next round. That's going to be scary. Solo drops down to play Beyond. That's obviously terrifying too. And then Rogue and Maxpack's yet to play. They will play on Thursday. The loser of that plays against Showtime, which is obviously just a big matchup as well. So yeah, lots of cool stuff. It's a really cool bracket, and especially I feel like the lower bracket is awesome, because if I look at the upper bracket, the only guy there who I look at him is, I think, wins a lot of stuff super regularly, that'd be like, oh, well, he just won another tournament. It's kind of Maxpack's, like Classic, maybe you could argue, but even with Classic, I feel like he doesn't win the bit, as much as maybe someone like Maxpack's wins, just because he wins so many weeklies and stuff, right? So I feel like this upper bracket is getting very interesting and potentially giving us a story of, like, at the very least, maybe a finals that's less expected. I guess we'll see if we can avoid the PvP towards the later stages of it all. But yeah, it's been a fun event so far, guys. Hopefully you've been enjoying. I appreciate you all tuning in today. Like I say, we'll be back on Thursday, definitely, and maybe tomorrow. Like I'm saying, I'm just not sure about Kung Fu Cup yet. I'll decide that one as tomorrow sets up, basically. So, yeah, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. And I will see you guys there. I'm going to run a set of ads on the outro. Help support the channel. Appreciate you guys. See you all later. Bye.